Hello and welcome back. I'm Dr. Mark D. Baldwin, and today I'd like to discuss Cervantes and his great novel, Don Quixote. Miguel de Cervantes was born in Spain in 1547, one of 7 children. Not much is known about his education, except it is certain that he never attended a university. It is said that his life was an adventure in itself. Cervantes wrote Don Quixote, Book I, in 1605. It was an instant success, and many people demanded a sequel, which he eventually wrote and published in 1615. It has been translated into many languages and has come to be regarded as one of the greatest novels of all time. Cervantes likely would be surprised at that, since he originally intended it to be a modest parody of the popular romantic book of chivalry of his time. He really was hoping just to make a quick buck by writing a bestseller of the day. Don Quixote is often referred to as the first modern novel. As I said, it was first perceived as a comic satire, bashing chivalric romances. However, Cervantes did not destroy the chivalric ideal of the romances he rejected. Instead, he transfigured it. The work has been seen as a veiled attack on the Catholic Church, or on the contemporary Spanish politics, or perhaps it symbolizes the duality of the Spanish character. The story tracks the adventures of a self-anointed knight, Don Quixote, and his sidekick, Sancho. Don Quixote was a Spanish countryman, addicted to books of chivalry. He read endless books of knights and squires, magicians and giants, and beautiful ladies. He became so engrossed in the stories that they became his reality. So he ventured off to avenge injustices and rescue women. Don Quixote idealized women, choosing a peasant girl to be his lady love. He names her Dulcinea del Toboso, mistress of his thoughts. He regards prostitutes as princesses, and depicts a procession of penitents carrying a statue of the Virgin Mary. Don Quixote has some elements drawn from Cervantes' own life. Don Quixote is a middle-aged gentleman from the region of La Mancha in central Spain. Some of its history is reflected in the novel. 3 of the major symbols in the story are horses, inns, and the mention of books and manuscripts, which represent the importance and influence of fiction and literature in everyday life. Horses symbolize movement and status in the novel, and often denote a character's worth or class. The pilgrims are poorer and cannot afford a horse or carriage, as can the wealthier noblemen. Inns are meeting places for people of all classes. Thus, they symbolize rest, food, corruption, and greed. The inns symbolize reality and a connection to the real world for Sancho, while sleeping under the stars represents freedom from the rules and cares of the real world. Love is the major theme of the novel. It functions as the motivating force and the conqueror of all. Love also allows forgiveness, even of murder. This theme comes more to life in Book 2. The relationship between Quixote and Panza is an important example because Quixote is a gentleman and Sancho is a peasant. People are more complex than their social roles. You can't always judge by appearances. Don Quixote is an idealist, but the novel Don Quixote is founded upon realism. Quixote's idealism often takes the form of faith. He believes in transformations and enchantments, but also that good is powerful enough to overcome these evils. This theme was important in Book 1, as the priest and barber fool Don Quixote into coming home. Costumes blur the line between deception and delusion. Imagination is required for a full life, but it must be creative, not destructive. Living up to your word is important. Words and actions should be the same. Don't lie. And sometimes crazy behavior shows society that its own ways of doing things are crazy. So what should you do now? Just enjoy this book. Many of my students in the past have called it the best book they've ever read, or at least the best book in the class. It's delightful. It's full of fantastic scenes and creative works of the imagination. Do a little research. There's lots more in the book to see. See what the websites have to offer you. And we'll be talking again soon. Thanks for your attention.